to the next level. Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Empowerment Nigeria is empowering thousands of people this year. Be part of it. Register at www.ayeen2017.com or call 070-00444444.
Iron, showcasing and empowering Nigerian entrepreneurs.
Was there any time Nigeria was not Nigeria?
At that time, by the 1950s, principles mattered. But today, it is not principle, opportunism.
I was part of the first set of Nigerian cadets that started the Nigerian Navy.
You cannot say you love God if you don't love your country.
Which one did I prefer at that time? And I said, the one that called me evil genius. You are evil, you are a genius.
Once you've laid the right foundation at primary school, the sky is the limit.
I don't say you should knock off where you come from, because that's really what helps to mold you into what you are.
When I became president, it was estimated that 60% of our people were living below the poverty datum.
Nigeria, welcome to Newsline. I am Becky Madujemo. It's a great outing tonight. Our first part is something else, a potpourri of festivals. Now, what is Nigeria without her drums? Let's hear the answer in the distinct language of the drums in a festival that celebrates the ancient musical instrument. Meanwhile, if you assume that Nigeria has only one fishing festival, then this information should come as an enlightenment. In the bag is a festival that can match the annual fishing carnival by Kebbi State. How about the masquerades? They are here too, all the better to please you. In the meantime, we have a big surprise waiting in our second segment. A young couple recently gave birth for the first time. Of course, you are wondering why this is news, but you know it has to be peculiar for it to show up here, don't you? Good. As it goes, the news before everything else. Nancy Gaudianinu, happy Sunday, and there you go.
Thank you, Becky. Same to you. Welcome to the news. In a bid to move to prevent and eradicate illegal ownership of small and light weapons, the presidency has started drawing up the rules of a whistleblower mechanism to throw a spotlight on the regime of gun ownership and control in the country. In a statement by the Senior Special Assistant Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, he says, in line with presidential directives, the National Security Advisor, Babagana Munguno, has begun work on a template for the discovery and recovery of illegal weapons through a reward system following the success of the whistleblower policy under the Federal Ministry of Finance. The statement further says the Office of the National Security Advisor, which already has a committee on the recovery of small arms and light weapons in the country, has decided to adopt the whistleblower approach so as to eradicate mass shooting incidents and remove the harassment of law-abiding citizens by holders of illegal weapons. The Nigerian Army has recovered a large cache of arms 3 days after the launch of a special operation Harbin Kunama to flush out armed bandits from southern Kaduna. Brigadier General Sani Kukasheka Usman, the Director of Army Public Relations, in a statement said the arms and ammunition were discovered when troops embarked on a cordon and search of 3 communities of southern Kaduna. The statement says efforts are ongoing to track down owners of the arms and ammunition. The Army expresses gratitude to the people of the area who have been supportive of the military. Nigerian military has been challenged to carry out more research projects in enhancing its weapon capabilities. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Gabriel Olanishaki, stated this at the Nigeria Air Force Air Power Display in Makurdi. Defense correspondent Isaac Nkuma has detailed reports.
Combat aircraft of the Nigerian Air Force in a display of tactical maneuvers and delivery of firepower simulating air interdiction missions in the theater of war. 4 aircraft types are deployed, comprising the Augusta, L-39ZA, Alpha jets and the F-7NI. The exercise, known as Air Weapons Meet, is part of activities commemorating the Air Force 53rd anniversary.
I'm really impressed by what I've seen, and of course the essence is to sharpen their skills, and as they sharpen their skills, this will reflect in our operations, in subsequent operations, and in our present operations we are having in the Northeast and other operations within the country.
Our desire is to keep training and retraining so that Nigeria would have a very professional Air Force. And in terms of the Northeast, like you know, we have been there, we continue to be there, and our desire is to make sure that we have a stable environment.
It was also an avenue to test launch a locally manufactured ground-to-air rocket launcher, a product of the Nigerian Air Force Research and Development Unit. The firing sequence for aircraft and ground-based platforms held at the Kwenev shooting range, Makurdi. Isaac Nkuma, NTA News.
Sub-Saharan Africa will need to set up a broad-based set of policies in foreign exchange as well as security to ease the burden on the economies driven by Nigeria, Angola and South Africa. Briefing the media on the outlook for the region, IMF's Director, Africa Region, Abebe Ambro Selassie, said the major economies on the continent hit by global fall in commodity prices need to earnestly pursue diversification and improved budgetary provisions to open doors for more investments. Let's join Leah Katumba-Batunde for details of that report.
Growth momentum in sub-Saharan Africa has remained fragile, only 1.5% in 2016, its weakest outcome in more than 2 decades and below the rate of population growth. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, stated that a slowdown has affected about 2/3 of countries that account for more than 4/5 of the regional GDP. Also, widening macroeconomic imbalances, currency depreciations and drought-related food prices increases have combined to push up inflation. However, growth in the region is expected to rebound modestly to 2.5% in 2017, short of past trends as the decline in oil prices and activities of Boko Haram in West Africa, as well as drought in Southeast Sudan, pose a huge risk to growth.
Getting that shift to greater export emphasis is what's really important.
Selassie said Nigeria needs to sustain foreign exchange flexibility for small and medium enterprises and tackle security problems to enable her strengthen social protection for the most vulnerable, which has proven to be a positive step in the past year.
Yes, ideally, we want to see more exchange rate flexibility to try and absorb that, how quickly you move towards that framework is something which is up to the government, of course.
The semi-annual regional outlook for sub-Saharan Africa will be published on May 9 simultaneously in Nigeria and Senegal. From Washington, D.C., I'm Lekatun Babatunde, NTA News.
And time for some religious reports. Nigerians, especially the Christendom, have been admonished to imbibe the transformational principles of Jesus Christ, which include justice, non-discrimination and integrity, which are veritable tools towards building a peaceful nation. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo gave the admonition at the Nigerian Baptist Annual Convention in Abuja. Speaking on the topic, overcoming the challenges of life through Christ, Vice President Osinbajo reminded Christians that no one can please God by self-efforts, but by the purity of the heart.
Every transformational principle of God, every principle that transforms men and transforms societies requires sacrifice, big sacrifice. When God wanted to save the world, he sacrificed his only begotten Son.
Professor Oshibajo commended the church for its fervent prayers for the development of the nation. He enjoined the church to be dispassionate in responding to national issues and be patient with the leadership. Now, Christians have been admonished to surrender totally to God, believing in the efficacy of prayers and the resurrection of power of Jesus Christ, as God will take the nation to greater heights. Associate Pastor, Christ Apostolic Church, Garki Victor Adeoba, gave the message at a service in Abuja, and Ifeanyi Ezumba witnessed it.
Speaking on the theme, knowing Jesus Christ and the power of resurrection, Pastor Adeoba stressed that the resurrection power, with its numerous benefits to believers, is an assurance that the penalties have been paid. Christ, by his death and resurrection, has finally reconciled man to God.
We pray, God will answer our prayer because we believe in the efficacy of prayers. So, with the resurrection power of Jesus Christ, Nigerians should pray. We have been given authority, and this authority is over demons, over forces of darkness that are working against our leaders. And if the fear of the Lord is on them, then when we pray, the answer will come.
As Christians celebrate the resurrection of Christ, it is their prayers that the three arms of government will work together to move the nation forward. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Ezumba, NTA News.
It was a sad story as the senator representing Osun West Senatorial District, Isiaka Adetunji Adeleke, passed on in the early hours of Sunday following what sources described as cardiac arrest. He was 62. Meanwhile, NTA crew that went to Ede to confirm the news of Senator Adeleke's death was trapped and attacked as the town erupted in violence following the news. The report.
Following the news of the death of Senator Isiaka Adeleke, the first executive governor of Osun State, Tope Alabi, a senior reporter with NTA Osogbo, and his cameraman Tunde Adigun was scrambled to the Ede country home of the late lawmaker to capture the mood there, while another crew, headed by this reporter, was detailed to Biket Hospital, where he passed away. Moments after their arrival at Ede, the unexpected happened as they were set upon by angry mob of mourners who not only attacked them but also destroyed their camera chain. Tope said he took necessary precaution as a professional journalist.
We're trying to explain to them that we didn't come here, we didn't mean any harm. And before we knew what was happening, they started beating us. I mean, I just knew that I was having lots of punches on myself, and before I knew what was happening, I already having blood at my back, and that was the least I knew before somebody ran to our rescue.
I'm not okay. They barely escaped the mob with their lives and had to hole up for hours in a nearby hotel from where they found their way back to the office. Tope Alabi and Tunde Adigun's experience today is any reporter's nightmare. But nonetheless, it became their reality in the course of doing their duty. It almost became my reality too at Biket Hospital, where I was detailed to confirm the senator's death. The crowd and sympathizers gathered there almost lynched myself and my cameraman, but for providence. But for us, attack or no attack, the war continues. In Osogbo, Adenitawo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari commiserates with Osun State government and members of the National Assembly on the passing away of Senator Isiaka Adeleke. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President, Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says President Buhari sends his condolences to the family and friends of the former governor of Osun State, who had passionately and relentlessly championed the cause of the less privileged and most vulnerable in Nigeria. The President believes the sudden loss of the legislator will create a gap in the Senate, and as Adeleke had always epitomized unbridled patriotism, maturity and experience, especially with his recent interest in the protection of whistleblowers, President Buhari affirms that Adeleke's contribution to his state as first elected governor will always be remembered by posterity. He prays that God Almighty will grant the soul of the departed eternal rest and comfort the family. Also, Senate President Bukola Saraki says the death of Senator Isiaka Adeleke is a sad personal loss. Saraki, in a statement, pointed out that Adeleke, who served as the chairman of the Senate Committee on Capital Market, was a consummate reformer, courageous public servant and grassroots politician whose love for his people and commitment to national service remained unparalleled. Saraki prayed for the repose of his soul. In the same vein, Speaker of the House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara has described the sudden death of Senator Isiaka Adeleke as shocking and a huge loss to the country. Dogara described Senator Adeleke as a leader, as left giant footprints and lasting legacies as the first civilian governor of Osun State. He condoles with the family of the deceased, the Senate, government and people of Osun State over the big loss. And still on the Adeleke loss, the All Progressives Congress, APC, says it received news of the death of the first civilian governor of Osun State and APC senator representing Osun West Senatorial Zone, Isiaka Adeleke, with shock and grief. In a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, APC expresses deep sympathies with the immediate family, people and government of Osun State over the late Adeleke's death. The party noted that the history of Osun State would be incomplete without copious reference to late Adeleke's contributions to the state's social, political and economic development as its first elected governor. In another development, President Muhammadu Buhari condoled the family of presidential assistant over the demise of their father, Alhaji Abdullahi Adahama, last Thursday. Muhammadu Rabiu Ali reports that the federal government's delegation to Kano was led by the Minister of Interior.
The delegation was led by the Minister of Interior, Abdurrahman Bello Debazo, and was received by the representative of Kano State Governor. At the residence of Adhama family, Special Assistant to the President on Youth and Student Affairs, Nasir Said Adhama, welcomed the federal government delegation, where the minister briefed them on the condolence message by President Muhammad Buhari. Prayers were offered for the late Abdullahi Adhama. The Adhama family thanked the president delegation and prayed for his good health and wisdom to effectively carry out his mandate.
We came on the instruction of His Excellency Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari to condole the Adhama family that lost one of theirs.
Late Abdullahi Adhama died at the age of 79 years. He left behind a wife and 4 children, among whom is Murtala Adhama and Mukhtar Adhama. He has since been buried. From Kano, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Now turning to sports. Latest report from correspondent Amanzi Marcus covering the Nuga Games in Makurdi indicates competitions are yet to commence in all the 16 sports due to non-provision of accreditation cards for athletes and officials. Secretary of Nuga, Bola Orodele, said the games have not been postponed. Meanwhile, officials have assured the games will take off on Monday. Athletes from 62 Nigerian universities are competing in 16 sporting events at the Nigeria University Games in Makurdi as Team Nigeria progressed to the final of the 4x400 meters at the World Relays in Bahamas. Dehinde Sani is our guide on Sports Update.
The quest for medals started Sunday at the Nigerian University Games, holding at the University of Agriculture, Makurdi, with student athletes from 62 universities competing in the April 19th to 30th Games involving 16 sports. At the opening ceremony Saturday were the traditional lighting of the torch. Dignitaries extolled the virtues of the Games' founding fathers, saying the 25th edition, after the first edition in 1966 at the University of Ibadan, promises more achievement.
It is pertinent to note that such games are meant to produce great talents and, most importantly, foster unity.
The event has helped the university to get standard sports infrastructures.
Jonah Yusuf of IBB Golf Club has emerged the overall winner of the 2017 Captain's Cup of the IBB International Golf and Country Club, Abuja. The handicap 23 Yusuf netted 70 to take home the trophy.
I'm very privileged to win this tournament. I would say it hasn't come easy. It had to do with a lot of practice, a lot of hard work, a lot of time at the range.
About 350 golfers, including ladies, veterans and amateurs from Nigeria, Spain, USA and South Africa, participated in the 18-hole event.
We've got a great 5-year development plan for the club, which we've developed this year.
Nigeria's 4x400 meters relay team are through to the final of the ongoing World Relays in Bahamas as they came first in their heat ahead of Team Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The final of the 4x400 meters and 4x100 meters is slated for the early hours of Monday. With sport update, Dainde Sani, NTA News.
Next is a look at weather prospects for Monday. You can watch this news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. We now take a commercial break.
Skip, and this is my Sule. For those of you not from around here, Sule means patience has its rewards.
I was the youngest of 4 children. That's where my friends and I used to rehearse before I got signed. A lot of this becomes a part of you, becomes a part of your sound. Like I said, I never had patience. It took years for anyone to listen to you. Data changed all that. Now anything's possible. If you want something, run full tilt at it.
In this 24/7 upload, download, share it, like it, tweet it, post it world, your life can change in a second. But the only question is, are you ready for it?
Enjoy the fastest 3G and 4G data speed nationwide at the same price. Dial *777#.
I am Whiskey. This is my Sule, my Echo, my Niger, my network.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data. Everyday air. Ordinary air. And then there's TomTom Air. There's air, and then there's TomTom Air. What are you breathing? New TomTom 5-piece pack.
It is indeed not how long, but how well. Afe Babalola University has grown in these few short years to now providing 47 accredited programs in 5 or more colleges. Perhaps one of the greatest experiments in transforming university education. The emphasis on students being able to do things for themselves, being able to think for themselves, and being able to innovate are clearly ideas that will surely transform university education in Nigeria and begin the transformation of our great nation.
Afe Babalola University, the fastest growing educational institution in Africa.
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. Once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Cadbury Bournvita now comes in an attractive new 500-gram refill pack. Simply open and reseal after use to retain the chocolatey and creamy taste. Cadbury Bournvita. Prepare to win.
I can't believe she just rejected me and my camera.
She rejected my lights. How can she not want makeup?
Maybe when the battery dies, she'll come back to us.
Nah, not with a 4,000 milliampere battery.
Experience the best selfies of your life. Gionee A1 Super Selfie Super Battery.
On your way home, something fascinating happens in the shop. Wow, what's that? A tasty fruit drink shines. It's in a pouch, but not a normal pouch. It's the fascinating Capri-Sun pouch. It's great to handle and easy to use for everyone. Capri-Sun brings the real fun to drinking. Put the straw in and the fascination continues. Capri-Sun, naturally fun.
House of Chi. Thanks for staying on the line. It is a known fact that drums play a vital role in the culture and traditions of Africans. There is no African festival that takes place without the use of drums. To say the least, drums and drumming are a cultural heritage of Africans. It therefore came as no surprise when the first ever African Drums Festival debuted in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, last year. During the week, the second edition, held also in Abeokuta, Lekon Agbonde was there and presents the sights and sounds.
It was more of explosive atmosphere, spiced up with the beauty, rhythm, class and styles that defines the uniqueness of the African people in the aspect of culture and tradition. Countless number of drums of various forms, colors, shapes, class and styles find their ways into the ancient city of Abeokuta as troops from across the continent of Africa showcased skills and talent in using the instrument not only to entertain the audience but make the people appreciate the beauty of the peculiar African heritage. Looking at the drum from the perspective of its role in promotion of unity, harmony, peace and tolerance among Nigerians in particular and Africans in general, as well as its physical and spiritual significance in communication, education, and other aspects of human endeavors. Some cultural icons testified to the positive impact the festival could make in the development of Nigeria and Africa.
Only those who have ears for drums can hear the words of the drums.
As usual, everything great begins from Ogun State. If you don't believe me, take Afrobeat, for instance. Everywhere you go, drums, and they symbolize, it means so much to our people.
And economic impact is there for not just Ogun State, but for Nigeria and Africa as a whole. And of course, it's going to help us because we are going to start to move away from our dependence on oil.
We speak different languages, but there are different drums though, but they speak just one language.
The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, and the Governor of Ogun State, Ibekula Mosun, speak on government's readiness to harness the potentials in culture and tourism to achieve the desired change in the country's national life.
It's the oil that never dries up. It is the oil that never causes disharmony. It is the oil that brings unity and peace.
If we are going to diversify our economy in Nigeria, this is one potent, very veritable tool for that diversification.
Though the festival was not competitive in nature, but troops and individuals were appreciated for their outstanding performances.
The drummers, dancers and guests obviously had so much fun. Way to go. When fishing festivals are mentioned in Nigeria, people's thoughts go straight to Arugungu, where the popular Arugungu Fishing Festival always holds. But in Koton Cafe, Kogi State, the people want to revive their age-long fishing tradition. What did they do? They organized one which Solomon Ayende reports was well attended and a boost to the tourism potential of Koton Cafe.
Fishing is an age-long tradition that is practiced side by side with farming in Kotonkarfe, Kogi State. This year's expedition, which was flagged off in Ohiogbani, one of the many fish ponds in Igu Kingdom, is with a difference, as it brought together prominent sons and daughters of the land, government officials, and local tourists. The paramount ruler of Igu Kotonkarfe, Ohimege Igu Alhaji Abdurazak Sani Isa Koto, led the traditional rulers. A medical team was on ground to give first aid, while various cultural troops entertained. Amidst gun salute, various groups paid homage, signaling their readiness for the fishing expedition. In line with tradition, no one enters the water until a formal announcement. So fishermen waited patiently for the moment. Governor Yahaya Bello, represented by Speaker, Kogi State House of Assembly, Umar Ahmed Imam, congratulated the people for reviving their rich culture, assuring of government's readiness to partner any community in showcasing the rich culture of the land.
Call to all the youth and everybody within this Igu kingdom to promote the heritage and indeed the culture that they have.
The famous Arugungu Fishing Festival started like this. Inshallah, we are on the right track.
We are going to do everything possible to promote it.
Midway into the event, the heavens opened up, but the fishermen were not deterred. Rather, it was an added impetus, and the result was a live crocodile from the pond.
One unique thing about Ohiogbani is the day it is harvested, the festival is held, it must rain. Made it like that. Our forefathers made it like that.
Some of these histories are not mundane, so these ones that are good, I'm happy that it's coming back. I'm taking 2 fishes home, you know.
Fishermen who distinguished themselves during the expedition went home smiling.
Must give credit to the Koton Cafe people for reviving their fishing festival. No doubt tourists will target the next one. Now, we're not done with celebrations. Celebrations to mark the crucifixion and resurrection of the Lord Jesus Christ may have come and gone, but the melodies still linger. In just the Plateau State capital, India Adeya Bagyang reports that a carnival was held in Jos to celebrate Easter, and it was the first ever. Adeyang says it was a colorful carnival that livened up the city with a display of rich culture of the people of Plateau State. Let's see it.
Plateau State has had its fair share of violent conflicts which affected the socio-economic life of the state. Over the years, efforts have been made to restore peace, and so the maiden edition of the Jos Carnival is an evidence of such initiative. The week-long activities are the Children Carnival, mountaineering, a musical concert, and the finale, a 10-kilometer street parade and a potpourri of display of rich cultural diversity in the state, led by the Plateau State Governor Simon Bako Lalong, along with Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Solomon Dalung, Speaker Plateau State House of Assembly, Peter Azi, and top government functionary. The nature and culture-themed carnival with a contemporary touch terminating at the Jos Polo Field had residents of the state coming out en masse to appreciate the carnival. Governor Simon Lalong said the carnival is a testament of peace in the state and that more cultural festivals will take place in the state.
Showing everybody that people should come and invest on the plateau. Already, so many investors have indicated interest. I have signed MOUs with many of them.
Very soon, you will see tourism.
The Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Solomon Dalun, and other dignitaries said the carnival reaffirms Plateau State as a home of peace and tourism.
It indeed intended to send signal to the world that peace has come to the Plateau.
The Just Carnival is a social-cultural carnival.
I see that this is going to the external world. They will see how different Plateau State is.
The people of Plateau have resolved to live in peace.
Residents of the state were also intrigued by the event.
A lot of people are here, the magnitude, I give it a pass mark.
First time experiencing this event in my life.
Peace on the Plateau, the Just Carnival, has no doubt opened up the state to the world towards exploring the tourism potentials that abound in the state.
Fabulous way to mark the Easter. Keeping with the temple, there are ethnic groups and individuals in this country who would not, under any circumstance, allow their cultural heritage to be adulterated, no matter how global a village the word has become. Those are the kinds of people and groups Nigeria can proudly say are the future of our great country. We are going to highlight one such ethnic group located in a community in Niger State. Fatima Usman attended one of their cultural festivals and is set to play back what she captured for your viewing delight.
Chimbi Village is a community in Paikoro local government area of Niger State. The people of Chimbi are in touch with their ancient beliefs of marking festivals for reasons that call for it. NTA's visit was on one of such days the community set aside for the remembrance of their forefathers. Days like this calls for celebration with masquerades made up of youths, taking turns before the takeoff of the celebration at the shrine for rituals to appease the god. The fire is said to be lit in the shrine 7 days to the takeoff of the event, which will last for 3 days and will continue to burn throughout the festive period. In the past, it is a taboo for females, children, and non-indigenous to visit the shrine and sight masquerades according to the belief of the people. But all these beliefs have been eroded due largely to the influence of religion and civilization. The village is then thrown into merriment as households make separate arrangement for a dancing arena where masquerades come in at intervals to join the merrymaking. The people of Chimbi also believe that any member of the community with ill intention against the land or its people die before another year after partaking in the festival.
Masquerades and their mysteries are always entertaining. Great job, Fatima. On his way from a totally different assignment in Abuja, Adebola Brooks Lane Sunday heard melodious tunes coming from a particular direction. He followed the sound of the music and came face to face with a musical band manned by a group of people with special needs. Perfect was the word he used to describe their performance. Wondering how many able-bodied people can match up with this, Adebola decided we must all see for ourselves. Here we go.
It was Bisong Omang, a core member with disability, that caught NTA's crew attention at this occasion. He did not allow his condition to limit him from attaining education and even becoming a graduate.
I have subdued disability. With my level of awareness now and my education, disability cannot limit me to anything again.
At the other end was a musical band entertaining the audience to the admiration of all. As music is the food for the soul and attractive, yours sincerely was moved by the music and I joined them on the dance floor. On a closer look, I discovered all the band members are blind. Looking at them from a distance, you will not know that all the members of this musical group are visually impaired. but they handle their musical instruments even better than some of their able counterparts. Tijani Abiodun is the head of this musical band. Mr. Tijani, can you tell me why you have named this musical band Pain and Pleasure?
The pain itself came as a result of the disability, because people in our society, they always feel that if you are blind, there is nothing you can do, forgetting that there is ability in disability. But pleasure came from the outcome of what we produce, that is the music we give out to the society, and which the society in turn enjoy. I'm not only involved in music alone, I'm also a graduate. So, and we have so many graduates amongst us.
I get to an instrument that I'm not used to, just call on someone to just assist me by looking on what is written on it. And immediately what is written on it, I will have known what to do. It's just an act of, let me just say, an inner eyes to understand what is to be done.
Just quickly tell me how you managed to learn this talking drum.
By the grace of God, if you can discover yourself, you are going to be useful, not to yourself only, but to the entire world.
Sir David Osunde is the promoter of the band. He brought them to encourage other persons living with one form of disability or another.
They are so overwhelmed, and the joy in seeing that their own disability is even better than others gives them a lot of joy, a lot of encouragement.
Everyone is like a moon and has a dark side. But this group is using its dark side to give pleasure to others. Indeed, the saddest of all hearts is one without gratitude, even as I am unhappy that they can't watch this report.
Mind over matter. Their abilities cannot be disputed. Nice one. We'll move on to the next segment, and I can tell you that it is jam-packed with corporate events. You'll get to see what different corporate organizations showcased during the week. We'll take a break for that to happen. Just stay on the line.
I've waited so long for this game.
There's a problem with this car.
What's happening? No.
Guys, let's go.
Do this thing now. We are not missing the match. You like going? Hello, hey.
Nice. Wanna try.
Oh.
Hold on, guys. Glow can actually borrow me data. So let's get back to watching it. I told you.
Borrow me data from Glow. Dial *321#, even if your account balance is 0.
Largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Cadbury Bournvita now comes in an attractive new 500-gram refill pack. Simply open and reseal after use to retain the chocolatey and creamy taste. Cadbury Bournvita, prepare to win.
Beautiful things are happening when the sun goes down, and when the night is darkest, that's the time our light shines bright. It's good to take some time away to put a smile on someone's face. To smile for me, smile for you, smile because you know that happiness is sure. Let your joy be more. So everywhere you go, you can make the laughter loud. You don't have to be fair to make your presence felt. No matter where you are, we can be together in love. Together in love. Together in love. Happiness
distance is short. Let your joy be more. So everywhere you go, you can to make your presence felt. No matter where you are, we can be together in love. Together in love. No matter where you go, together in love. No matter where you are, together in love.
Everyday air. Ordinary air. And then there's Tom Air. There's air, and then there's Tom Air. What are you breathing? New Tom 5-piece pack.
I can't believe she just rejected me and my camera.
She rejected my lights.
How can she not want makeup? Maybe when the battery dies, she'll come back to us.
Nah, not with a 4,000 milliampere battery.
Experience the best selfies of your life. Gioni A1 Super Selfie Super Battery.
Welcome back. All of last week, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, was in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, on a working visit. It was a meeting of the United Nations World Tourism Organization for Africa. After all said and done, a night was set aside for delegates to let down their hair. This particular night, however, featured awards presentation to deserving recipients. Anthony Forsin will tell us about it.
These are members of the Ethiopian cultural troupe, entertaining guests. Violin has been part of Ethiopian music as it is well loved and much present in the people's culture. Guests at the gala night, in a serene atmosphere, relaxed and enjoyed the entertainment. The United Nations World Tourism Organization Secretary General Taleb Rufai and Ethiopia's Minister of Culture and Tourism, Hairut Waldemariam, in their welcome, called for better cooperation for tourism to thrive.
2017 is a very special year for us. We're here to celebrate it in Ethiopia, and what a better place to be in. We're in the right place, the right time. We hear more about each other. We're bombarded every morning with pieces of news, so we assume and we think that the world is collapsing around us. But no, we've come a long way, and we live a beautiful world, and we need to enjoy it, and we need to celebrate it. We hear more, we're more connected, therefore we care more. And because we care more, we live in a much better world, I assure you.
What makes the present moment exciting for Africa is the fact that we have much improved tools and increasing public awareness that would make advances in all the three areas I mentioned, not only possible, but also within our reach. We have a long way to go in terms of developing our tourist destinations, sites, and our marketing and promotion works. It's only recently that we have started to unlock the major obstacles of the sector and make use of our potentials.
Nigeria's head of delegation to the 59th CAF meeting and the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, used the gala night to engage his African counterparts to push for Nigeria's hosting right bid.
It's about time Nigerians start thinking bigger and they stop, being narrow-minded. The kind of goodwill this kind of meeting will bring Nigeria is not what we can, calculate in terms of the money you are spending.
Moving on, indigenous manufacturers of tomato paste are very happy. Their happiness stems from the recent ban of tomato paste into the country by the federal government. The president and chief executive officer of Erisco Foods Limited, a company that, among other things, produces tomato paste, could not hold back his gratitude. He called a press conference in Lagos to express his feelings. Let's hear what is said in this report compiled by Emel Dori.
While commending this move by the federal government, Chief Executive Officer of Erisco Foods Limited, Chief Eric Umofia, said it should be replicated in other sectors of the economy, especially in the food production industry.
It's going to liberate our economy, make our farmers be more richer. It's going to be general progress for this country. Positive one for that matter. And before the next 18 months now, probably every one of you will know and witness that this policy has put Nigeria well, because farmers will be more buoyant. Tomatoes will eat better tomato in this country. Our health will improve.
He is positive that sooner than later, Nigeria's production capacity of tomato paste will increase to meet local demands, with a lot left over for export. However, he says farmers and manufacturers should be given the necessary support by the federal government, who he says should set up a committee to monitor the production capacity and genuineness of manufacturing companies before releasing funds to them.
Let government go and visit every company, including mine, and know our capacity, and release exchange to suit their raw materials immediately without waste of time.
Chief Eric Umofia noted that the ban on tomato paste importation will not only boost the tomato production industry, but will also preserve foreign exchange, create employment, and encourage people to patronize made in Nigeria products. He promised to expand his production chain to 3 big cities in Nigeria to, among other things, create employment.
We will targeting to employ by then 20,000 people. Because the capacity there, the availability, what can't we do it? We have the demand. We have the land. We have what it takes.
Erisco Foods Limited prides itself with indigenous manufacturing of household food items and other products.
We are pleading with everyone, including you. Let us make this country to work well. Choose Nigerian first, no matter how.
Yes, indeed. Choose Nigerian products first. At least you are sure what you are consuming is regulated. Now, the garden city of Port Harcourt came alive during the Easter weekend when the laughter train of Globacom made a stopover. Chidiebere Onya reports that it was a night to remember for those who attended the show.
Anchored by the duo of Nollywood's top actors, Juliet Ibrahim and Ebube Nwabo, the Port Harcourt edition of the 2017 Glow Laughter Fest featured some of Africa's talented stand-up comics like Basket Mouths, Bovi, Gordons, and Bash the Cash, whose performances had members of the audience laugh away their worries.
This house, she said yes. Make her go. She said, because what you do? I said, make her come out. She said, I
Salvador, the Ugandan sensational merchant of jokes, was at his best elements.
In a Chinese restaurant, the only thing in English on the menu is the price.
Globalcom Channel and Market Development Director Kenneth Hall stated that the show, which is packaged to thrill fun seekers across Nigeria, is an initiative aimed at giving back to its teaming subscribers for their love and loyalty.
We hope that on occasions like this, they will actually help us to get closer to our subscribers. And certainly that's one of the spin-offs that we hope.
For such brands like Glow, who have thought it wise to organize this kind of festival, is over and out.
The comedy show, which was graced by some Nollywood celebrities, is the first in the series of the 2017 Glow Laughter Fest, slated to hold in 27 cities of the country.
Last week, winners of Cash in Kind emerged from the draw. This week, some of them showed up to take possession of their winnings. It is about the Get Alerts in Millions promotion of the bank that keeps its word. Emil Dori, who compiled this report, witnessed the prize presentation to these winners in Lagos.
It was testimony gala for some customers of Fidelity Bank PLC who emerged winners in the ongoing Get Alert in Millions promo. 18 winners emerged from last week's Southwest draw, which produced 6 cash prize and 12 consolation prize winners. 3 of the cash prize winners from the Lagos zone were on ground to receive their cash prizes. Simon Izuchukwu, a trader, won the star prize of 3 million naira. He said when he was informed of his winnings, he thought it was a scam.
Until that Tuesday morning, when I reached a Noah branch and they explained everything for me and they showed me even the amount of money, 3 million naira in my account. I now say, wow.
The alert in millions rang on his phone just as he was receiving a dummy check.
And we never believed that one morning like this we wake up and say million in his account. We have been believing God to put something, increase our buying and selling. And God has done it.
Victor Ernest came to receive the consolation prize of a power generating set on behalf of his wife. Overwhelmed by the reality, he says he's already planning to open an account with the bank.
It is real. I've seen it with my eyes today. It is real. And this is one of the ways for the bank to keep their customers happy.
For these customers of the bank that keeps its word, life has taken a new turn. Since the promo began in September 2016, Fidelity Bank has made the dreams of many of its customers come true.
What we have seen today speaks louder than any words. We heard Mrs. Ebwanu say that she's, and I quote, she slept a poor woman and woke up a millionaire. That's the impact we want to have.
Both existing and new customers are expected to grow their balances, saving balances to 50,000 and be part of the draw.
Management of the bank says a total of 32 million naira is still up for grabs from 2 draws before the promo ends.
LG, the company that prides itself with making life good for people, has launched into the Nigerian markets another product it says will surely make life good for all who dare to use it. Tekla Wilkie was at the product launch in Lagos and reports that this product is every chef's dream.
In response to the yearnings of esteeming consumers, especially in the home appliances chain, LG has developed an efficient, energy-saving and durable microwave known as a new chef microwave.
For us, because we believe in life's good, and we are, constantly changing. The environment is very dynamic, and customer expectations are too much. So we have to be ahead in the market, and we can be ahead in the market in case if we can bring new technology which is actually user friendly and which actually lives to the expectations of our consumers.
It comes with a hexagonal round turntable that balances up whatever is being placed into it. It also comes with a round pocket handle and then a one body tempered glass design.
that actually adds decor to your kitchen.
With a 10-year warranty and smart inverter features, representatives of LG says the new shelf microwave is every family's dream.
Come and enjoy this microwave and you will see what we are talking about.
The LG Neo Shelf microwave defrosts efficiently, cooks evenly, and comes with an auto-balancing mechanism that prevents spillage associated with conventional microwaves.
You could make your popcorn at home. You could actually make your yogurt at home. You could grill, you could fry, you could do a whole lot of dishes with it, which other microwave ovens can't do.
There's more. This new microwave comes in different capacities and colors, complete with computerized functionality. With a wide range of products flourishing in the Nigerian market, LG says it will continue to come up with world-class innovations that will not only make life easier, but pocket-friendly for esteeming consumers.
In the next segment, we'll open a social events diary and reel out a potpourri of ceremonies. Stay on the line to find out who did what. Let's take a break.
From what we have seen, we have the capacity which we can rapidly develop or feed in ourselves. If we don't import rice, we stop importing corn and other grains, Nigeria will have plenty of money to invest into developing industries, especially manufacturing, textiles and so on, and develop iron and steel, and complement the infrastructure development. So really, the opportunities are virtually limitless, and we are very, very aware of this, and we are prepared to exploit it to the fullest.
Corner of the city lives a young boy with a dream. Ever since he could hold a bat, Charles wanted to play like his big brother. Victor had skills that matched the best in the land. Never mind, little brother. Drink your Dano milk and keep practicing. So that is what he did. He traveled to the north, he traveled to the south, step, glass by glass, the boy grew in spirit and strength, skill and determination. Until one day, they say to attempt great things, you have to be brave at heart and full of goodness. Drink your Dano milk and be strong.
Achievers always believe in 100%. Breakfast isn't complete without Chivita 100% fruit juice, made from real natural fruits with no added sugar. So to be at your best, start every day the Chivita 100% way. With 100% quality, 100% commitment, 100% goodness, 100% achievement. Start your day the Chivita 100% way.
The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NavdAF, is working to ensure access to safe, good quality essential medicines with the World Health Organization pre-qualification of made in Nigeria pharmaceutical products, stiffer penalties for fake drug offenders with a review of NavdAF laws, national, regional, and international collaborations, cutting-edge technologies, including the mobile authentication service.
NavdAF impacts upon everything we do, including water we drink, the food we eat. They are important organs to the development of this country. And everybody should come out and join them and support them and help them to achieve the greatest benefits and success that they need to record.
Let us support NavdAF to win the war against fake drugs and other unwholesome regulated products. NavdAF, safeguarding the health of the nation.
It is with joy that I've received our Excellency's gifts.
I want to say that may God continue to bless and reward her, and so on behalf of Garki Hospital, we are grateful.
Yes, so no be only government go stop Lassa fever. Now everybody go put hands together to stop Lassa fever. We don't the years once more to say Lassa fever don't use style resurface for some part of this country then. But the Federal Ministry of Health say make you no panic. Now so they clean our house all the time. We chase rats come out, and if rats don't vermouth for our house, Lassa fever don't come out be that. Lassa fever get two symptoms. One are early stages where they bring fever, sore throats, vomiting, diarrhea, joint pain. The second stage in our bonge, now they cause bleeding from the nose, eyes, spectrum. It go even they make blood to the commode from private parts, even cause swelling genital. Make we start to the shop rats. Anywhere we rat fit enter our house, make we block her. Don't forget say division of the universal health coverage. That to see say everybody they can pay. Our God president one may want everybody make we stand in the bar. Yama no good for us, so it invite her. Sweat where they come up from person where get Lassa fever. Fit transfer the disease from one person to another. If you suspect any fever, we don't treat it with better medicine and you no go quick, or you suspect any person where get Lassa fever, make you go any health facilities where they near you. Lassa fever must go. Now all of now go give them red card. Now Federal Ministry of Health bring on this message.
Glad to have you back. The systemic advancement of the Mariam Abacha American University in Niger Republic in the past 4 years of its existence has continued to place the university in the center of academic excellence globally. This was the assertion of members of the academia, administrators and parents who witnessed the maiden convocation ceremony of the university held in Maradi, Niger Republic. Shewadamu reports.
The Mariam Abacha American University, which is the first English-speaking university in Niger Republic, graduated over 300 students with award of first degrees in science and humanities. Similarly, 33 other students were awarded with master's degrees, and 5 prominent individuals from Nigeria and the Republic of Niger also conferred with honorary degrees for their contributions to humanity. The recipients of the honorary degrees include Governor Aminu Waziri Tambol of Sokoto State, his counterpart from Bayelsa State, Serieke Dixon, and the Governor of the State of Maradi, in Republic of Niger, Zakari Umaru. Senator Bello Hayatu Gorzu and the wife of the Governor of Katsina State, Hajia Hadiza Aminu Masari, were also honored with the honorary degrees. Pro-Chancellor of the University, Senator Aliyu Maga Takarda Wamako, said, apart from academic excellence, Mariam Abacha American University has strengthened the existing bond of unity between Nigeria and the Republic of Niger.
For this and other achievements recorded by the university, I want to particularly commend the founder and the president of this university and all stakeholders whose contribution we couldn't have been here to celebrate.
Proprietor of the university, Dr. Adama Abubakar Gorzo, reaffirmed commitment to improve upon the successes to take the university to the greater heights in academic excellence. Kano State Governor Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, accompanied by his wife Dr. Hafsat Umar Ganduje, were the special guests at the convocation.
Su ke kara wato karfin kasashe domin karfin kasa ya danganta ga kan da karfin iliminta shi ke kawo karfin arzikinta saboda haka da Najeriya da Niger wannan university wato tana da muhimmanci kwarai da gaske.
Some of the graduates bare their minds.
We are very proud to be the fourth graduates of the school, being a medical laboratory scientist. Very great and good relationship between Nigerian and Regional Republic.
Today is what our heart has been gladdened to see. And we thank God today that we are into this scene of graduation. Personally, I'm very happy as I'm graduating as a Master's in Nursing Science.
The governor of the state of Maradi in the Republic of Niger, Zakari Umaru, commended the proprietor for his foresight, describing the success of the university as a source of pride to French-speaking countries in Africa. Mariam Abacha American University is accredited by the Accreditation Service for International Colleges and Universities based in the United Kingdom.
Fantastic role they played in sensitizing the public on illegal bunkering of crude oil, pipeline vandalism and their consequences. Management and staff of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, are grateful to the media. To express this appreciation, the company hosted media executives to dinner in Abuja. Mayor Ogidi reports.
Non-violence approach to resolving oil bunkering and pipeline vandalism is the policy thrust of the present administration of the federal government. In achieving this, sensitizing the public on the heels of this unwholesome activity is the best way to go. And one segment of the society that is in the vanguard of this sensitization crusade is the electronic and the print media.
You have remained a leading voice in the fight against unwholesome activities of crude oil theft and other acts of pipeline vandalism, sabotage of the nation's oil and gas installations.
Pleased with their performance and the need for further collaborations is the essence of this friendly gathering, as NNPC say thank you to media chiefs and their foot soldiers in an atmosphere that befits such.
Over the last 10 months, I have witnessed a tremendous rise in media curiosity towards the activities and operations of the NNPC. I must commend you all for showing such level of concern towards how well we run this great corporation.
It was a night of no ranks, as both the media chiefs, the oil guru, and their staff wined and dined together in solidarity for more successful performances.
What he has seen, I'm sure, is just the tip of the iceberg. We, the media in Nigeria, are poised to keep a close eye on not only the NNPC, but all other federal agencies, parastatals, in order to fulfill our role as societal watchdogs, and with a view to keeping the tempo of the change agenda of the present administration.
What we can just do is encourage them to do a lot better. Whatever they are doing well, let them continue with it, and the country will be the better for it.
Next, it was a day of joy for the Director News, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, Alhaji Sani Suleiman, when he gave out his daughter Salamatu in marriage to Khalid Mohammed. This was in Abuja. The wedding party, Larib Al-Hassan reports, was well attended.
The wedding Fatiha, which took place at Zango Jumat Mosque, Gwagwalada, was conducted by the Deputy Chief Imam of the mosque, Malam Sabiu Ibrahim. The uncle of the bride gave out the bride, and 50,000 naira was paid as dowry. Family, friends and well-wishers admonished the couple on how to have a happy home.
The husband and the wife must be patient enough. They must ensure that the trust they have today for one another is sustained, because that trust
will remain the bedrock of the successful marriage.
And they have to exercise a lot of patience. They have to try, if they have any issue, try and solve them within themselves.
I advise them to stay peacefully. They should always remember their partners in progress.
My sincere advice is for them to be steadfast in anything they are doing. They should understand each other.
I'm very happy because I started this thing for long, and Allah in His ultimate mercy, He made the thing possible today, and I thank God.
Trust themselves all the time.
The very emotional bride and her friends expressed delight on the special occasion.
Alhamdulillah, I have never expected this day, but I know definitely one day it will come. First of all, I would like to thank my parents that make me to be happy. In fact, I don't have anything to say.
Always keep her own as a virtuous woman.
In everything that one has to do, if he is not patient, he cannot achieve what he wants to achieve in life.
My advice to the bride, she should be a good wife, take care of her husband, cook for him.
The guests were treated to a sumptuous meal at a reception after the Fatiha.
Congratulations to the newlywed. We wish you a happy married life. It was at the university that Abimbola Folayo and Ademola Badejo started a relationship. That relationship has now been perfected into a lifetime marital affair. And so the families of Folayo and Badejo rode out the drums to celebrate their children. Doris Olumoko is online from Akure with details of the blue, gold and white color celebration. I'm afraid that report will come subsequently. Let's proceed. When a couple gets married, the next major event that society expects from them is to bear a child in the first year of their marriage. While some wait for several years for this to happen, some end up barren. The case of Imudia and Oluwakemi, who got married a year ago, is however totally different. They did not have to wait for several years, neither were they barren. As a matter of fact, they gave birth within 1 year of their marriage. So, what is the news about them? Momson Damian Dati reports.
In many instances, people are familiar with the words triplets and quadruplets, which comes with multiple births. In Imudia and Oluwakemi's case, is quintuplets, a rare kind of birth where a set of 5 offspring are delivered at a single birth from the same womb. When pregnancy occurred after 1 year of marriage, the couple was full of joy and started buying unisex baby dresses. But to their greatest shock, as the pregnancy reached advanced stage, their doctor made a shocking revelation that the family should expect 4 to 5 children, not one as they were craving for.
This is my first pregnancy. Actually, when I got to know, I didn't believe it. Scanning was showing quintuplets. So I went for another place to be sure. So my consultant told me until when they deliver me, it was God to carry 5. It's just like sometimes I feel so many movements, but I will talk to them that it's time to sleep. Let them go and sleep.
I was a little bit apprehensive.
When the D-Day came, doctor's revelation came to pass as 5 beautiful baby girls joined their parents on planet Earth.
The womb naturally is made for 1 or 2 babies. Now you have 5 of them in the space for 1 or 2, so the space gets so tight with time. So we had to wait until she got to about 34 weeks. That was why we had to deliver earlier than expected, and we did it by cesarean section. We delivered the babies through the roots of going through the abdomen. Some of the babies came with the head, some came with the legs. There is none of them that is less than 1 kilogram. That's good size. A good number of them are quite close to 2 kilograms.
Because of the complexity of their case, the babies were handed over to an expert at the intensive care unit.
We would have to stay in the hospital for quite some time because they have to stay in an environment that will mimic that of the uterus, where they should have been now.
5 beautiful girls. I'm very proud. I'm delighted. I give God all the glory for what He has done in our family. And I know that these children are not just blessing to us. These children are blessing to Nigeria. For them to have come in this particular time, I believe God has a reason for breath.
Many mouths to feed for a family in which only the wife has a job, a civil servant, while the husband, 35-year-old Imudia, a graduate of computer science from the University of Ilorin, is yet to gain employment.
God will provide for them. And as well, I believe women Nigerians who may want to, join raising the children, their support is equally welcomed.
Oluwakemi and Imudia, with 5 children for a start, perhaps may have desire to have more if the economic situation improves. This, of course, could better be expressed by them.
That question, I think you're okay with kids now.
Other poster for multiple blessings. Many congrats to the young family. So far, so good on Newsline tonight. It is when we return from this break that we'll tell you what next. Just stay on the line.
Issues in the sports sector remain one of the most debated among Nigerians due to the passion, followership, government involvement, impact on Nigeria's external image and our national life in the sports parliament. The NTA offers Nigerians deep views on issues with experts in the sports sector, offering in-depth analysis, insight and insights towards elevating Nigerian sports to the zenith of the sports parliament.
So many things have been wrong in sports. We've been talking around it.
We need performance expertise, and you can only get some of this where you have world-class facilities.
How can sports deliver return of investment to attract the kind of money required to take it to the next level?
We cannot interfere in the internal affairs of even the federations that belongs to us.
Sports Parliament, a unique platform for sports discussions, showing live on the NTA, Thursdays at 11 p.m. Keep a date. Parliamentarians.
Who else have it?
Nigerians. Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects, and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria, unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
This issue cannot be overflogged. This is because, as Nigerians, our cultural values are decaying as we engage in those things that degrade our cultural heritage. A major part of what we do is embrace foreign cultures and then complain that the younger generation is badly behaved. It is for emphasis that we keep talking about this until we can all wake up and correct the wrong. Annie Daniels will take it up from here.
Nigerians are always quick to acknowledge how proud they are of their cultural heritage. Some guard it jealously to avoid adulteration. However, it is glaring that a sizable amount of our moral values traceable to our cultural heritage are on the downward side.
People don't want to put their hands and work. They believe sharp money, there's Yahoo everywhere. And then because of now money doubling, MMM and the likes, so people believe that they can get sharp money.
A frightening number of Nigerian children do not understand their mother tongue. They are overexposed to the social media, where they come in contact with social vices, which they end up practicing. Many tell lies without batting an eyelid.
If I went to play and then my mom did not allow me to go and play, maybe when I come back in that late time, I'll just like that. Maybe I went to go and meet a friend, or I went to church or somewhere else. That's how I lie. I don't just lie anyhow.
Why do they tell lies?
See, if I know it's weekend, I'll just lie. I'll just lie so that I'll be free.
There are some lies that are necessary. You have to tell them. For instance, if I'm in the school and I'm supposed to submit an assignment and I couldn't make it, if I lie about submitting an assignment, that's a normal lie.
All these vices, no doubt, will have an adverse effect on our moral values.
If the boy come as a governor or a minister tomorrow, I don't think that he can be a good leader.
However, because it takes two to tango, these respondents say the blame should not be put on the younger generation alone.
It's about moral decadence in the whole society. It is not a question of the youth. The people who buy exam questions and answers for their children are not the kids, are not youth.
As for these respondents, nothing can stop them from adhering to Nigeria's cultures and traditions.
Our values make us better individuals. Let's embrace them totally. This is where we have to step down on Newsline tonight. We appreciate your company. Be with us again come Sunday next week. Do well. Good night and God bless Nigeria.